So this is Talking Bowls Radio, sponsored by Thurston and Osprey Irrigation. The time is now approaching 8:20. Now we're sticking with the Crossfield Cup. One of the most improved teams over the last couple of years have been Wales. And I'm delighted to welcome to the show the Welsh Chief Executive, Mel Higham. Good evening, Mel.
How are we, Mel? It's nice to hear from you.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on the programme.
No problem at all. Thanks for inviting me.
The Welsh Dragons been breathing fire the last couple of years in the Crossfield Cup. You must be very proud of how the team's developed lately.
Very proud of the team and very proud of the attitude of the players and the spectators. If I can just tell you a bit of background on how I feel, but while we're getting a bit of success over here in Wales, is that in the early 1990s we decided to introduce a junior development project, and with the help of the Sports Council of Wales, we introduced a lot of young juniors into the game. The Welsh junior team was extremely successful in the mid-90s, winning the junior championship 3 times, and a lot of these players now have matured and are now part of our senior team and have helped basically with our success in the last few years. Also, to a certain extent, we have an excellent manager in Geraint Jones who motivates the players, and the way he reacts and chooses the team, because we don't have a selection committee, we have a team manager in Geraint who selects both the home and away team, and I think that, to a certain extent, has been one of the reasons for our success in the last couple of years.
Yeah. So you're putting it down to sort of development at youth levels that's brought this through then, Mel?
Well, I'm of the opinion that a lot of it's to do with the youth in the 1990s that have come through in the last 2 to 3 years. The average age of the team has dropped from an average of around about 58 down to about 35 to 40 years old. So we have introduced a lot of young players into our team.
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, I played for Staffordshire last year against Wales, and I was very impressed with the Welsh team spirit. And as you say, I think Geraint Jones has done a tremendous job.
Geraint's always open to new ideas. This year he's introduced a Welsh Players Association where all our top 40, 50 bowlers play on a day and a round robin, and will finish at the end of the season. And he's introduced prize money into there. He's always looking for new ideas. I think that the guy is doing an excellent job. Yeah,
I know. I've spoke to a lot of the Welsh players, and they've all got a great amount of respect for Geraint. There is, as you say, seem to be quite a few good young players. I particularly noticed in the team at the Windmill, the age, apart from the old stagers like Roger Morgan, there's a very youthful side.
Well, if Roger Morgan's an old stager, it's great for the game, because I still see Roger as basically a young man.
Yes.
Can I also say that the attitude of the spectators has totally changed. They're getting behind the team. They're worth 20 or 30 chalks in each game,
Yeah. Now, last year you made the semi-finals before you lost to Warwick and Worcester. This year you've started the campaign with a one-shot win over Lancashire. It's obviously a nail-biter, but another good start for you.
That's right, and we're playing Derbyshire our next match, and we think we've got a good home green in cricket. Again, that's another thing that we've found. We found a couple of decent home greens in the last few years. In the past, we just weren't winning at home, and also the attitude of the bowlers, the home bowlers. Some of them have a 100-mile round trip to go and practice, and they're going to the practice greens 4 or 5 times at least to practice 2 or 3 hours a night,
Yeah.
And it is costing quite a bit of money.
But it's obviously been beneficial in putting the amount of time in.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a group. I mean, you've got Derbyshire and Cumbria to come. You must really fancy your chances, really, of semi-finals again, because you've missed the big guns, the Cheshires, the Greater Manchester and the Yorkshire, so you must be fairly confident.
Well, we are confident, but we're not overconfident. We do know that Derbyshire side is a very strong side as well. And to a certain extent, Cumbria are one of those counties that are always on the fringe. They've improved themselves in the last 5 years, you know.
I mean, I think I'm right in saying I think Wales, I don't think they've ever won the Crossfield Cup. I think they've been in perhaps one final about 50 years ago.
Final.
Yeah.
And our ambition is to win the Crossfield Cup. It's a magnificent trophy, and I'm hoping that I'll be around when we do win it, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's been a good year so far for Welsh sport, isn't it? The Six Nations and runners up in the FA Cup, so why not the Crossfield Cup?
Well, let's hope we're not runners up, let's hope we win it, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Just to remind everyone, this is Talking Bells Radio. This is Mel Evans. I'm speaking to the Welsh Chief Executive, Mel Higham. Now, I must mention this artificial green, which has created quite a bit of debate around the country, Mel. Do you think it's fair to play green on carpet?
I'm of the opinion, my personal opinion, that a lot of the bowlers have a psychological effect against them. They worry about playing on an artificial carpet, you know. I think, personally also, that it's partly the future of our game, because the costs these days of maintaining a bowling green are becoming exorbitant, you know. Our local club is just about to buy a new greens mower, and it's costing us £3,000. Where do we get the money from? I've been trying for many, many years to try and access a fund or to get equipment for the game. But it's getting increasingly more difficult.
Yeah.
If we are using to use artificial pitches, although the initial cost for the pitch would be quite high, the maintenance cost is quite low.
Well, it is, I suppose, just the initial outlay, isn't it?
That's right.
You know, and then you just just hoover it once or twice a week or something.
That's what you do, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I suppose, as you say, they could become more common. I gather Manchester have got one now, haven't they?
That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll take us on that.
On
their averages when we play them. Yeah.
I'm sure they will. Yeah, it'll be get their own back time. Yeah. Surely, I mean, it is in a way a little bit of an unfair advantage. I mean, in our last county game, we had quite an heavy downpour before the match. It did take out some of the home advantage, but I gather that the carpet is not really affected by the rain.
In fact, it's quite the opposite. You normally find that on a carpet, with the moisture on it, it makes the woods run faster.
It does, yeah. But as I say, I mean, look, people have said it's a little bit unfair, but it could be a way of the future, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. It could cock Tom Jones up a bit, that couldn't it? Because I mean, how's he going to sing about the green carpet at home, Mel?